So you are thinking about something unique, something that's brag-worthy, something that your friends back home are going to be so jealous that you have found. And that's going to be a little piece of heaven in an area called Estrella Mountain Ranch that has mountain views, has a lake community, clubhouse, events, entertainment, trails, fishing, boating, and affordable housing.
You're joking, right?
And an HOA that's not going to break the bank. It's Estrella Mountain Ranch. It sure is, in the city of Goodyear.
To stop what you're doing and listen.
I am so excited to tell you what's going on in Estrella Mountain Ranch and what it's like to really live, work, and play there, not just tell you all the great things that everyone else does. In fact, you know what? You just need to pick up that phone and give us a call, and we'll have our one-on-one conversation with you and tell you what it is really like. If it's not the right area for you, we will help you find that perfect place to call home. Let's first identify exactly where Estrella Mountain Ranch is. Now, Estrella Mountain Ranch is a master plan community that was built in the early 2000s. Actually, 2000 was the very first home, and the majority of the homes that you find there today were built in the first 20 years. Well, first 10 years, to be honest with you. So you're going to find the majority of the homes there over 20 years old. We are at the base of Estrella Mountains, which the reason I'm bringing this up is because the builders say on their descriptions for other Goodyear homes, they're calling some of those communities Estrella, but Estrella is something else, or they're saying they're near Estrella, and so the general consumer, the general public, they don't know that there's a difference. So I'm making sure you know exactly where I'm talking about. We are about 20 minutes south of Interstate 10, or if you come in off the 202, which is an absolutely beautiful drive-in from Baseline through Tullison and Avondale, and you'll drive right by NASCAR. So if you are a NASCAR fan, you're going to love living here. Now that we have the location, we have a better idea of where we're talking about. Let's talk about the housing itself. And yes, I really did say, you guys, affordable. I have to say, for what this community offers, it is a lake community, it's a golf community, it is a mountain view community. For everything this HOA has to offer, it has one of the lowest HOAs. It is honestly the most affordable that I can honestly recommend in the entire greater Phoenix metropolitan area.
Yes, absolutely.
Although there's not a whole lot of resale anywhere in the greater Phoenix area, Estrella has had a nice inventory of resale homes, and I think there are some great opportunities out there for many people that are looking for maybe a winter home or a vacation home. And I don't mean Airbnb, I mean for your own personal enjoyment. You can get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in the high 300s or low 400s. Absolutely beautiful. And if it is going to be a winter home and you're not going to be here full time, I would highly recommend that you get a home without a pool, actually. I know people are like, what?
Are you crazy?
Because I'm telling you, the clubhouse is insane, and you're going to make so many friends living in this community. Now, as far as new construction, there are several builders that are still building. Actually, one of them just opened a new phase. I'm talking about Lancey Homes. I'm talking about Beezer Homes, William Lyon, very nice luxury builder, and Toll Brothers. Everybody loves Toll Brothers, right? I'm telling you, I absolutely love it. And the Toll Brothers have such a modern style, and it's insane. I really like these homes. But we brought you here today over to Beezer Homes. Beezer is a very middle of the road builder. They have a lot of inclusions in their base price, and I'm seeing about a 20% spend at the design center for Beezer properties. So this particular new phase that Beezer is offering are going to be rather small lots and rather small homes, but I love the price point in the low 400s. And depending on when you decide to make your purchase, you got to give us a call ahead of time. The builders right now are offering some incredible incentives, and I do anticipate we'll see those through 2024. But year-end is definitely going to be the biggest gangbuster of them all. These are great homes for, again, those part-time living in Arizona homes, if you ask me, or young family that wants to get into a new home and be a part of this community. So beautiful. I love the open floor plans, and everything is carefully thought out. I really feel like Goodyear uses their square footage very well. They don't do a lot of extra open areas. Again, they're not doing big luxury homes. They're trying to deliver as much square footage in the smallest footprint as possible. The backyards are relatively small, like I said, but I'll be honest with you, if you're only going to be here part-time, or even if you have small children, you can make good use of these smaller yards. And let me tell you, I don't like doing yard work.
Like yard work?
So I think it's a great idea. And you have beautiful views from almost every single one of these lots. They also, in this next phase, are only going to be doing single level homes, so that you know you're not going to have two-story intrusion looking over your backyard, walking to block your views. And that's something that people don't really think about. When no homes are built, it looks like every home has a beautiful mountain view. This particular community, I really liked it a lot, and I liked the basic finish. The lot premiums are anywhere from $0 to $15,000. And like I said, you're going to spend about 20% at the design center. Number two, let me tell you more about the HOA and what it covers. First of all, most of the homes have an HOA fee of only $120 a month. It's kind of interesting. Like some people have 121, some have 115. I think that they're kind of going through that adjustment right now. Let's go straight over to number three. And what does the HOA include? If you're going to be buying a smaller lot home, what exactly does that mean for you and your family and your outdoor enjoyment? The HOA, first of all, we are talking probably one of the best clubhouses in all of the western part of the greater Phoenix area. This particular community center has not only a restaurant, but it also has a fitness center, an aerobic center. They have a heated lap pool. They have water slides. They have splash pads. They have meeting rooms. They have chef's kitchen where you can do demonstrations, and they have all kinds of different events and things going on in their clubhouse. This is included in the HOA. It's not an extra fee. There is also a yacht club. No one else can say that. I'm telling you, there's no other community that has a lake of this size or has a yacht club. Now, the rentals from the yacht club are extra. Those are going to be the paddle boats, kayaks, canoes, and if you have your own paddleboard, which me and my dog Levi love doing, how would you like to literally just be down the road from your house? Like, it's incredible. Now that, by the way, too, is some of the benefit of buying resale, because if you buy an older home, you're going to be closer into the lake. If you're in the newer home, it keeps going further out and further south. But this particular community, I'm telling you, it does not disappoint. The lake itself, if you want to walk all the way around the lake, is about 1.2 miles. So it's perfect if you want to be, healthy walking every single day, whether you have a dog or not. If you want to inline skate, if the kids like to skateboard, if you like to run or jog. This is also a catch and release lake. I'm telling you, it's so much fun. I personally am not much of a fisherman. I think I have too much energy and I just get bored. Sorry, that's kind of my thing.
She's got so much energy.
It's golf cart friendly, I'll tell you. So there's one little shopping center that's right by the clubhouse and a couple of really important fast food restaurants like McDonald's and Taco Bell.
I was a little disappointed when they stopped making the McRib.
If you don't want to fire up your vehicle, you can either there's a lot of side-by-sides out this way and also golf carts. You can just head on up there and you can hit the Safeway. And there's a couple of other little stores too, if you need to get a haircut, if you need to get some fresh flowers, whatever it might be. And we're starting to see more and more commercial and little retail shops opening up. There is actually a very, very large entrepreneurial lifestyle that lives within the Estrella Mountain Ranch area. So once you live there too, join one of their Facebook groups. Usually you have to be like a resident there. And it's amazing how many services and even types of shopping and other kind of ancillary businesses you are going to find inside the community that you just can't even find online. It's amazing what they have. Number 4, let's talk about jobs, right? So we have a lot of work at home people in this area. And like I said, a lot of entrepreneurial Like, you need a tailor, you need your dress taken in a little bit. Like, there's things like that on site. Like, it is incredible how many people that have those kind of lifestyles and work life that they have chosen Estrella Mountain Ranch because the proximity isn't necessarily a hindrance for them. Now, here's the thing though, jobs are super important. And for people that live here, you know, the comfortable time frame to drive into work is going to be about 35 minutes. So it doesn't really give you a whole lot. So if you look up, it's called Maricopa County Commute Shed, and they do studies on from different parts of the greater Phoenix area, how many employers are within a 30 to 35 minute drive, which is kind of the edge of acceptable driving to work lifestyle. People here don't drive 45 minutes to an hour. So if you're moving from like Seattle or Portland or LA or even Houston, I'm telling you, the traffic here is nothing compared to there. But if you look at this commute shed, it shows you that there's 25,000 jobs within companies. It's actually almost 700,000 jobs within a 35 minute drive. But I have to tell you this, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Interstate town is a nightmare. It's a bear.
Like a bear.
And I have some good news for you, and I'll get to that momentarily.
She was such a tease.
So although there are a ton of jobs in the downtown Phoenix area, I don't think you're gonna like that drive, to be honest with you. There's always value on different things. If you pay less for housing and you get all these other amenities, not only the community amenities, but the views, the lake, and all that stuff, it might be worth it for you to drive just a little further to get to work and to save your money and get a bigger house, a more beautiful home with more beautiful views. So maybe it's a little bit longer. So anyways, the point is that there are a significant amount of jobs. It just depends on what industry you are looking for. Most of the jobs that are coming to the greater Phoenix area are actually going to be on the west part of the valley. So we're going to see more and more jobs pop up in this grid over the next decade. It is unbelievable. There is a freeway called the 303. It doesn't really touch Estrella Mountain Ranch, but it will. Again, we'll get to that later. The point is the part that is already built, we are already seeing massive manufacturing and distribution jobs that are coming to this part of the valley. Now, here's a good little tidbit. The average income in the Estrella Mountain Ranch is $100,000. So that is for a household. So that could be two people or one. But just to let you know, I've had people ask me, although it's I wouldn't say inexpensive, just more affordable over here, does that mean the incomes are lower because I actually make, et cetera? They want to be amongst their peers. They want to be amongst people that they have a lot of things in common with.
Hello, my peeps.
If that's a good fit for you, like right around the $100,000, this is an area you're going to love. Here's the biggest thing that people kind of go, I don't know about this community. And it's number 5, we're going to talk about shopping and dining. So again, once upon a time, back in the early 2000s, the only thing they had over here was their immediate Safeway, and they didn't even have McDonald's and Taco Bell at the time. They probably had like 3 real estate offices. I'm just kidding. But you know how we just, real estate offices everywhere. They don't really exist a whole lot anymore. You got to just give us a call because we do everything virtually.
Me help you.
So the shopping, though, that has popped up over the last 24 years since they started building Estrella Mountain Ranch has been stupendous, let me tell you. First of all, you're only going to be about 15, 20 minutes away from all your kind of like Target, Ross, shopping center. You are going to have everything you need within that shopping. So it's only 15 minutes away. Now, is it everything? Like, is it Macy's? No. Costco is going to be 30 minutes away. That's going to be actually the brand new one out in Verrado. So you're actually going to be heading up to 10 and kind of up towards California. And all of a sudden you're going to get to this Costco. And I have to tell you, I went there the other day. It was the quietest, slowest Costco I have ever been in. It was, man, you didn't have to worry, get run over by the carts. It just everybody was happy. So that's going to be one of my favorite Costco's to visit, just saying. There's going to be a hotel eventually there. There is also like Petco. There is a lot of restaurants. These are going to be more like national chain restaurants like Denny's, Chipotle, Freddy's Steak Burgers. Have you ever had their steak burgers? Pretty darn good. Filiberto's, if you're not familiar with Filiberto's, they're a big thing in Arizona. So to have one nearby is pretty phenomenal. And then you got your, tropical cafe if you're looking for a smoothie. If you want Starbucks, got right here. But there's a whole lot of national type of restaurants in this area. You are, again, only about 15 minutes away from Verrado. Verrado is really another area that's coming up, and I'm going to cover that in another video. So you got to make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you're notified every time we release a new video. But they just got a cold beer and cheeseburgers. Yes, I love that. And you're also going to find a lot more, if you just head straight up into the northern part of Goodyear, you're going to want to go just north of Interstate 10, and you are going to start to find luxury restaurants. You're going to find Wigwam Golf Resort that has an amazing restaurant. You're also going to be just heading straight up north, and you can get over to more shopping and kind of the hustle and bustle of the city. But here's the thing, guys. The whole point of living in a community like this is to be more remote, is to just live a more peaceful, quiet type of living style. It's very car dependent, not gonna lie. You're not gonna get far on a golf cart. It'll probably die before you get to Interstate 10. But you're gonna be very car reliant. Let's talk about schools. I have to say, this is one of the negatives. I haven't seen a whole lot of improvement in Estrella Mountain Ranch. Typically, when we see new communities and we see new schools, they really focus on building that core, top-rated teachers and working with the students. And of course, the schools are usually smaller. And as the community grows, then they start opening more and more schools. And I have to say, this is definitely not the best part of town when you're talking about top-rated schools, but there are B-rated schools in Estrella Mountain Ranch, or you can go just a little bit further north in Goodyear and you can get to some of the A-rated schools. Now, to be honest with you, I used to use greatschools.org, and I'll tell you, it's interesting how now they aren't including all the schools in the areas. So I now started to use niche.com. I don't know if that's pronounced correctly, but I use niche.com because it breaks it down really as easy grading, like B-rated school, A+, A-, C+, and you can look at all other kind of demographics. So use that as a great website to evaluate Estrella Mountain Ranch from so many different ways. Number 7, medical. This is super important. We always want to live really close to medical. Now we have urgent centers and little ER and like CVS and Walgreens and get our flu shots or whatever. We have those all over the greater Phoenix area. The days of having to go into a hospital are kind of a thing behind us. But when you do, you need to know where it is. The great thing is you're only going to be about 15, 20 minutes away from major medical care, and you have choices. We have Banner out here. We have Dignity. We have a new one called Exceptional. That's the one I always get tripped up on. I'm all, what do you mean for a hospital? Exceptional medical care. Well, that's what they say they are. Let's see. They are building hospitals all over the greater Phoenix area. And again, there's choices within 15, 20 minutes of Estrella Mountain Ranch, depending on what works best for you. Number 8, I really like the proximity of this particular community. And I know that sounds completely crazy, but when I'm weighing out the benefits of the mountain views, the mountain views with the lake and the golf course and the clubhouse and the HOA amenities, all the pluses, all the boxes that are checked off, and then I look at the proximity, I like that this particular community has a lot to offer. If you are an outdoor enthusiast, you are going to have a multitude of choices, whether you're talking about trails within the HOA or if you're talking trails on the amazing mountains. And if you're not even thinking about Estrella Mountains, you are really close proximity to several freeways. So you're not right off of Interstate 10, but Interstate 10 there, you have a connection to go west. You can go directly to California. Love that. So you can get to the beach in less than 4 hours. So for people that say we don't have beachfront property, if you look long enough, I'm just kidding.
Wow, just
Wow.
We don't have beachfront property, but we have the lakefront property in this particular community. California, less than 4 hours. You can get to Disneyland and get to San Diego. I love that. You also can take the 303 North, and I'm telling you, there's never any traffic on the 303. So if you are looking to go up to a real lake to maybe enjoy a real boat, you're going to go up to Lake Pleasant, and you're only going to be about 45 minutes away. And there is camping if you have an RV, if you like to have the water skiing, jet skiing. I love that you are within close proximity to that. And I'll tell you, the mountains in Peoria and the White Mountains over in Buckeye are amazing as well. There's a lot of mountain choices on this part of the greater Phoenix area. I really, really like that. I also like the proximity. If you are interested in kind of the tourist entertainment, there's actually a lot on the west part of the valley. It's becoming the tourist destination. And what I more specifically made, aside from the fact that we have spring training and Goodyear spring training is not too far from Estrella Mountain Ranch, which is home to the Cleveland Indians, not called the Cleveland Indians anymore. They're called the Guardians, I think, and the Cincinnati Reds. So you're really close to that stadium, but we have a total of, I think it's 13 stadiums. And I'll be honest with you, you don't always go to the same game. So you're going all over the greater Phoenix area anyways for spring training, but you have that super close to you there. But what I mean more specifically is you're going to be heading up to 101 and you're going to head up a little bit north to an area of town called Westgate. This is also where the Cardinals play. And so if you are a football fan, you're going to love being close to that because where I live, it's like a long drive there. So on the west part of the valley, you have outlets out this way. You have casinos out this way. You also have water parks. You're going to have Arizona's largest resort water park right 30 minutes from your house. So you're going to have all of a sudden so many people that are like, you're buying a house in Estrella Mountain Ranch. Can we come stay with you? You're literally going to have to say, you're going to have your own schedule because everybody's going to want to come out and you're going to be double booking your friends. I'm telling you, there's so much stuff that goes on the west side of the valley that's more touristy than really anywhere else in the greater Phoenix area. Now, if you're looking for luxury shopping, you're going to be a hop and skip and a long way away from Scottsdale. You're literally on the opposite end of the greater Phoenix area. But you know what? I'm going to talk to you about two more freeway extensions that are just going to blow your mind. The first one is the 303. Like I said, it's never busy. The 303 is going to go further south. So once that freeway opens up, and that was actually approved last year or the year before, we're going to see that within 1 to 2 years, you're going to see that open up for you. If you live in the Estrella Mountain Ranch area, it's going to bring you into the valley so much easier. And that's going to make your commute so much easier, even though there's no traffic coming in and out of Estrella Mountain Ranch. I don't care what time of day it is, because there's multiple ways to get in and out. You just don't get that buildup like you do in some of the other more remote towns like Maricopa, Santan Valley, Surprise, and Buckeye. I like what's coming. Now, here's the other one, Interstate 11. That, when it gets open, is going to, again, open up direct access straight up to Las Vegas. Tell me that's not going to be a great road to live right off of. That's still going to be a ways away, and they're still talking about some of the improvement for Interstate 11 that's happening more in the Tucson area. But that is going to be coming up, and I'll tell you, once Interstate 11 and 303 open up, this is going to be a hotbed, I'm telling you. So if you're looking for like an area where people aren't super gravitated maybe to, but it's going to have a huge upside, this is going to be it.
I know, it's better here.
So if you guys are thinking of moving to the greater Phoenix area, whether you're thinking north, south, east, or west, if it's in the Phoenix metro area, I'm your girl. Pick up that phone, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. These nights or weekends, we got your back when moving to Phoenix, Arizona, and I cannot wait to hear from you. I don't know if that made sense or not. What's what we're looking for? Top rated? Modern? I don't even know. Okay. Bye.